What's up, everybody? I am driving, so this is dangerous. So this is going to be very short. This is just because I said I was going to get a video out yesterday, and I didn't because I'm commuting an hour to and from work, and I went and saw Avengers Endgame. That video's coming next. Fucking good movie. Spoilers. So today's video is going to be about 5 toxic people that you have in your life that you might not know about. So I'm going to get into that. I'm going to do it a little bit later so I don't do it while I'm driving, because these people look real nervous. They didn't actually. They didn't look like they gave a shit at all, but, you know, I'm nervous. So that's it. That's the whole thing. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Check this out. Beard transition. Beard transition. What's up, everybody? I am Cameron. This is Super Cam TV. Today's video is going to be about the top 5 people that I think are toxic, that don't necessarily, you know, set out to be bad for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a thing that people that maybe maybe they even think they're doing the right thing, but for people who are creative or have dreams or have goals, sometimes these people are just not good to have in your day-to-day life. I'm not saying you should stop talking to your grandma. Call your grandma, she misses you. Alright, so we'll get right into it. Real quick, if I could ask you to, humbly, if you would please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you do. If not, if you give it a thumbs down, tell me why in the comments. That would be super great. Also, if you liked it, tell me why. Just talk to me. I like talking to people. Alright, so top 5 toxic people. Number 1 is the people that tell you to play it safe. That is terrible advice, depending on the circumstances, but most of the time it's terrible advice. Play it safe is a way of saying, I'm not brave enough to do that. Play it safe is not a good... Now, granted, you should not necessarily go and mortgage your house and go to the casino. That's where playing it safe would come in handy. Like, just don't do that. But yeah, some people just don't have the conviction and the passion and the vision that you have. One of the biggest things that I've found with people that are in my day-to-day life is sometimes they just don't see things the way that I see them. They don't feel the way that I feel about these things. So sometimes it comes off as you know, pipe dream or too big, when in reality it's just they don't have the same passion, they don't have the same vision, and vice versa. I'm sure that I don't have the same vision that they have for things. So, you know, make sure that if you have something in your life, just play it safe, just do the smart move that you're really thinking about. If it's the best thing for the future you want, or if it's the most reliable path to I don't want to say success, just a moderate path to existing. So that would be the first one, is people who say play it safe. Second is people who tell you how hard what you're going to do is. There are people that will tell you before you ever get started, are you sure you want to do that? It's really hard. I don't think you should do that path because so many people don't make it. Well, if the people who did make it ever believed that they wouldn't make it, they wouldn't have started. You just have to decide if you're going to make it and if you're not. And then do that. Then go do that shit that you're going to do to get there. Now, you can't just sit there on... One of my favorite things to do is watch motivational videos on YouTube. Like, I love it. I love it a lot. But this is the other side of it. I watch those motivational videos, and then I don't do any of the shit it says to do in the videos. So, you know, I have to take a step back and say, okay, if I'm going to make it, if I'm going to beat these odds of not being able to do it, I have to do more shit. I have to do things. You can't just learn about things, you have to actually execute, which is a problem for me, which is what I'm trying to fix today with these videos. I'm going to do 2 today. I'm also going to talk about Avengers Endgame. Yeah, that'll be in the next video, so check that one out too. I would say it's linked right here in the card, but I don't know how to do that, so I'll Google it. Number 3, people who don't know that, you know, or who are, sorry, I'm doing this in the garage, I got the door open, there's a mosquito. I'm just clapping around here like a crazy person. Number 3, people who don't know that they're bad for you, or that, you know, are toxic and don't necessarily mean to be. It's people who prioritize your time based on what they want. We all have that. You know, you have, maybe your mom wants you to come over 3 times a week and weed the garden, and you know, there's nothing wrong with helping out your family and doing what you can. But at the same time, if you have a goal, you've got to prioritize that as well. It's not just something that you can fit in. They say the people who are most successful it's a passion, it's an obsession. They just get wrapped up in it, and they, you know, they make it happen. So you're going to have people that are not out to sabotage your success, but they are, you know, concerned with the things they want done. And sometimes it's other creative people that, in what you're doing, they can be on the same path. And maybe you're a good resource for them to. I know I look like a crazy person, but there really is a fucking mosquito. Okay, hold on 1 second. Time out. All right, that's a little bit better. I just put on more bug spray than any human should, only because I don't feel like I had enough DEET. Side note, DEET, get you some. Also, may cause all sorts of health defects. I don't know. But yeah, you might have people that you're working with on a regular basis that are, you know, that are in your creative sphere that you like working with, that sometimes monopolize your time to help them with their ideas and their things. And sometimes you just have to say, hey man, I got some stuff to work on. I can't do this right now. And those are uncomfortable conversations to have, especially if, you know, you're in a collective group. So that's the number 3. People who don't necessarily mean to. Sometimes they do mean to. Just by the way, all of these people, sometimes they know that they're being assholes. But this video is about the people who may or may not be out with malicious intent, but they're still toxic to who you are and what you want to do ultimately. Number 4, we have the people who obviously they take little digs at you whenever you know, are not as successful as you wanted, or whenever something doesn't go right. They feed into that energy. And at the same time, whenever you have something go great, they don't necessarily feed into that energy. So if you have somebody who is, you know, like I'm a comedian, so if I have a bad show and I walk off stage, somebody's like, oh man, you ain't shit. You know, okay, that's feedback, not helpful, but it's feedback. Now if you come off stage and you have a great set and that same person doesn't say shit to you, they are toxic and they're a hater and they're just useless in your path. So, and I don't mean you should try and use people, I'm just saying that you can eliminate a lot of stress in your life by just, you know, get people to give you feedback. You don't want a bunch of yes people. You don't want a bunch of everyone going, oh, everything you do is great. You don't want somebody that'll sit back and go, yeah, I don't really like that. But at the same time, those people also, when you do something that you're proud of, you know, need to acknowledge that as well. And if for some reason they never agree with anything you're ever doing, again, haterade. They're drinking haterade. I can't believe I said haterade. What the fuck is happening to me? And number 5, the last of the toxic people that you probably don't want in your life are negative people. Just people who come in and constantly have negativity about their life, about what's going on at work, about what their dreams, about their situations, their relationships. People who just are unable to view any part of their life with the same passion or same, you know, passion goggles that you look at what you want to do. If you have those people in your life, they're gonna try and suck you down, because nobody wants somebody else to, you know, shoot up and skyrocket past them whenever they don't feel like their life is going well. So they're going to hold you down. And like, again, most of the time it's not intentional. Most of the time it's not even a thing where you want to bring somebody down. It's just, it's been a rough day, or it's been a rough week, or you're just having, you know, a real winter in your life right now. You're just trying to make it through to spring and summer. Those people, you just gotta say, listen, if you're gonna be negative, get out of my face. Like, I don't want you. You know, if you want to come around and work on getting positive, and sometimes you can do that. Your success and your efforts can help people bring up their efforts and their positivity. But if you just have somebody who's negative, and when you point it out, they're just like, well, this is who get them out of your life. They are just, ugh, they're poison. Yeah. I've had some of those. I'm lucky enough now that I have a pretty good sphere of people that, you know, they all want to achieve something. They encourage me, I encourage them, we trade ideas. So it is very cool to, you know, be back in a place, like I'm talking about work-wise and home-wise. Like I have a very supportive, creative home life as well. So I'm very lucky, and I want to say thank you to my girlfriend and my girls. They are just the most supportive. I also went back to work with a mentor of mine who literally changed my life by telling me that I was looking at life the wrong way, and you know, I 1000% agree. So that's the video today, guys. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up. If you would also subscribe, share this with your friends. You know, everybody needs to know who they need to call less or text less. Nobody calls anybody anymore, but text less. Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.